thanks for joining me. I have with me today Amanda Gould from HighSpec Properties, and we're going to have a chat about buyers agencies and all things property related. Thanks for joining me, Amanda.
Thanks, Leanne. Good to see you.
Just a few questions I'd like to start out with. Is it true that a lot of property never reaches the market?
It is so true, Leanne. I think we've seen the rise of what we call off-market properties. Last year, we probably purchased about 25% of our properties off-market. We're seeing that rise probably by the end of the year to about 40%. Really interesting stats, and that means that it's not on domain.com or realestate.com. It's not advertised anywhere.
And why is that, do you think?
Look, there's a number of reasons. Depending on the budget, so let's just say somebody's got a $5 or $6 million house. They might not want people to come through, they're very private, they want targeted buyers to come through that are serious. They don't want sticky beak neighbours to come through. They're at the moment in the market with the change, they're not wanting to see their house sit stale on realestate.com or domain.com. And another reason might be that they're in financial difficulty, going through divorce, and they want a quick sale, because usually an off-market with targeted buyers can be done a lot quicker than an auction campaign.
Right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So how do we get access to that sort of property?
Well, the best way to get access is through a buyer's agent. Of course, through us, we would love to help. We get the most, so we get unfettered access right across Sydney through all agents, because we have every single agent in Sydney on a database, so we can contact them very quickly. If you wanted to try to do it yourself, you can, but it's a lot more time consuming. So for example, Brexit Whitney have a great off-market platform on their website, and you just join up, you give them your email address, and they let you know. But that's only one agency.
Yeah,
and the
out
other,
of hundreds.
I know, and some of the other ones have tried to do copycat, it's not as effective. So you'd have to spend a lot of time really getting to know the agents and asking them to put them on. And then there's sometimes off-market that only come through buyers agents.
Yeah, right.
That don't go to the general
Just
public.
don't go.
Because we've got qualified buyers, of course.
Yeah, okay. How far do you see the current market falling? Like, I've got a lot of pre-approved clients who have been unsuccessful over the last couple of years because prices were just going higher and higher and getting out of reach. Some have been successful, some are still sitting on the sidelines. So how far do you see it falling? Should we be waiting to purchase, or should we be jumping in and buy now?
I think if you've got the money now, buy now. It's a buyer's market. There's definitely a lot more room for negotiation than there has been in the last maybe 4 years. I've been buying property in Sydney for 30 years, so I've seen some ups and I've seen some downs.
Of course.
GFC, 2007, 2008, 2009, knock-on effect. You know, some of the blue chip suburbs went down a few percent, some of them down a little bit more, some only 1%, some stayed even. So if we try to compare to that, I don't see it dropping a massive amount, maybe a little bit more in the areas that you and I are servicing.
Yeah.
Out west, I see a lot more of an impact. And also price points. So for the maybe first home buyers sitting between 600 and 850, there's still a lot of competition in that sort of price range, whereas maybe the higher end, not as much.
Yeah.
So we might see some changes there. Also, we have A grade, B grade and C grade properties. So A grade property might be a property that's on a fantastic street, good school catchment, beautifully renovated, maybe it has a view. So it's going to have a lot more interest in it than other properties that are maybe unrenovated or bad street, busy, noisy, etc. So there's a lot that comes into a play rather than just saying across the board. But look, I think it's an awesome time to buy, especially with the Royal Commission findings coming out soon. I think do that if you've got pre-approval now, buy before that comes out.
Yeah, could make a difference there. What's the benefit of using a buyer's agent, and what's it going to cost my clients?
So look, there's a few benefits of using a buyer's agent. I think we've actually surveyed our clients to see what the top reasons why they've come to use us, and time saving is number one.
Right.
So most people are either busy executives, they're busy, they've got families, they don't want to traipse them through on a Saturday, every Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been looking for 6 months and they're just fed up. Number two is negotiation. So we're buying a property a week or every second week, and I've been doing this for 30 years. So we're keen negotiators, we're going to get the best deal for them. And a lot of people, even some of our retirees that are downsizing, they might have only bought 1 or 2 houses in their lifetime.
Yeah.
That's not an expert negotiator.
Yes.
So really having somebody on your side that's working for you, not for the vendor.
Yeah.
And 3 is knowing which property to pinpoint is going to be the best return on investment for if it's an investment property or growth if it's an owner occupier.
Yeah.
They're really interesting. Now, we've got a range of packages. Sometimes a client might come to us and say, hey, look, I've got to go to auction to this property. I've already found it. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
It's too emotional for me.
Yeah.
We get a lot of that. We can go for as little as $500 to turn up at auction.
Okay.
And then there's a success fee on top of that.
Yeah.
That's a really great way because we've already got strategies that are proven to go to auction.
do that.
Then we've got another one, a lower package where they might find the property and then we come in and negotiate for them on their behalf.
Yeah.
Because again, we're keen negotiators. We're professionals. We know what we're doing. That is a much lower fee. That starts off at $5,000. And then we've got a full service fee, and really we tailor that to our clients. That can be, on average, depending on the budget, around that 1.5%. Might be a little bit lower, but it just might be a flat fee. It's my business, so I really work with my clients' budgets.
Okay, that sounds fantastic, Amanda. And that obviously means that there's something there for every price point, from first home buyers, investors, upgraders, etc.
Absolutely. And look, when we're actually negotiating, it would be very unusual for us not to be able to negotiate our feedback.
Yeah.
And
that's really important.
Yeah.
Right? So that is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining
Wonderful.
me. And I hope that that gives you some insight into buyers agents and why you should use one.